MUZKAST Experience. Aaron, Dave, and Patrick.
ADP.
Thank you.
Yeah. You missed it, didn't you? You missed it.
See, I've had to resort to that a lot. Yes. So I was ready to go just in case. Yeah. And on the Zoom today, all the way from San Antonio, Texas. Or as you say, how do you say? Tejas.
Tejas.
It's wait, that's the way you guys say it, right?
Yes.
All right. See,
Tejas,
I learned that from ZZ Top.
Okay.
It's Reborn.
Yes.
Yeah. What's up, everybody?
Yeah.
You guys got a big show planned for tonight. I know that we typically record on Saturday mornings, and this is Labor Day weekend, and this will probably be out by mid next week, right? Yes. But you guys got a big show going on tonight. Who you playing with?
Relent, baby.
Relent.
Yeah.
Awesome. How'd you guys score that?
They're homies.
Are they?
Yeah, they're homies.
Oh, they are.
Yeah.
All right. Are they homies with you, Patrick?
I have no homies, Dave. I'm a lone wolf.
Patrick seems to know everybody, so I was like,
I sit in my lonely office with my lonely Roman Reigns plush doll.
Yes, I didn't miss when we were talking off camera about wrestling that you were showing off the Roman Reigns there. I didn't
actually. The wife bought it for my son because he saw it in a store and he said, "That's Daddy."
Oh wow!
Nice. Like Plush Daddy. So
I see the resemblance. Yeah.
You should have found him the X-Pac one then.
Well, he doesn't like it, so it's mine now.
That's cool.
Yeah, X-Pac and my wrestling buddy said you looked like another dude, not Roman Reigns, an older one. I see. Anyways, what's going on, guys? How's things out? What's that?
I'm glad I look like another dude.
You look like a lot of dudes, actually. Yeah. Jason Mimosa.
Who else is on that show tonight besides you, Relent?
Oh, I think C5 band. I'm not too familiar with.
Morning Sun, are they on?
Morning Sun's on as well. Yeah.
Okay.
Are these all Texas bands?
As far as I know, I don't think there's any. Yeah.
They're all San Antonio bands.
I know the scene out in the Bible Belt there. That's what I'm gonna, because it's I don't want to just label it the South, but man, the scene out there is blowing up like Hollywood in the 80s or something.
Yeah. Another cool thing about tonight, if anybody's listening in the San Antonio area, so for those that don't know, Miggy from Relent, he also plays with Il Nino, which is
no way.
Yeah, he's the percussionist and backup vocalist for Il Nino. The lead singer for El Nino is going to be at the show tonight because he's jumping on with Relent doing his song. So he's going to be in attendance. So it should be a pretty dope night tonight.
And El Nino's blowing up. They're out there doing some work, aren't they?
Yeah, Miggy just got back from a tour in Europe. They were over there for like 2 weeks. So they were crazy.
Posting, man, it's like, whoa, get it, son, get it.
Yeah.
Well, man, Aaron, is there any way you can get the show on today? So we can get the word out. Everybody can go see.
I'm still working on last week's show.
Reborn and Relent. Yeah, I know. I keep looking. I go, where's the show? I'm listening. I want to listen to the show. Yeah. I listen to my own show. Well, you guys don't pop on your own stuff now and then?
Oh, heck yeah.
Now and then, for sure. Now and then.
Yeah, Ryan's son's like, no, not the song.
No,
Ryan's
my son.
I gotta learn my parts, man.
What?
No, my son, when my daughter is crying in the car, he will yell at me and say, "Daddy, put on Reborn," and I kid you not, it quiets her down. I don't know what the deal is, but
it's because it's your voice.
Yeah, I guess so.
You know, when my son was still very young and riding around in a car seat, two things. Number one, I have a picture of him sleeping in his car seat holding the Goldfinger CD, which I thought was really cool. But every time we would get in the car, he would go, Daddy, play Ba Da Ba, Ba Da Ba. Kid Rock.
Nice.
Yeah. He loved Ba with the Ba.
I just want to point out that Dave could have given you any other compliment under the sun. It could have been like, your daughter thinks your music is amazing. You guys are out there banging. Right. But no, he throws down, it's because it's your voice.
Thanks, man. Thanks.
I try to keep it, family, personal, man.
We're all family here.
Yeah, I love Ryan. He knows that. I don't gotta kiss his butt.
Hey, one thing I want to say about the new song, "The War Within," Raph, a great job with guitar licks and all that. I enjoy your music and how you put that together, because I know you're the one that kind of puts that all together. Great job. And
thank you.
Yes.
Yeah, Marco's an awesome guitarist, and the riffs he comes up with are sick.
Oh, Marco.
Are sick. That's okay. They get us out
right,
confused.
Marco. I forgot about Marco. He's MIA today. Where's Marco?
No, Marco's right there.
Yeah.
Marco's right there.
I'm right
He's
here.
the guitarist.
Oh, there you are.
Yeah.
Okay.
He's on the other screen, right?
Yeah.
All right.
I had Raph on the name, but I meant Marco.
Yeah. Now Rafa's the bass player. He's not with us today.
Yeah, Roth.
Yeah,
okay.
Roth.
Yeah.
Roth. All right. Well, there's not enough
he did a
squares in the
bumper. Raph
Brady
did a
Bunch.
bumper for our show.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I forget a lot of things. I'm already confused, but I'm looking at the Brady Bunch box on my screen now and waiting for Alice to show up in the middle. Hey, so let's get down to business. What's up with the new song? I'm going to let you guys intro the song, because why not? You're here.
Yeah, let's do it.
Ryan.
All right. Well, I mean, as you guys know, Marco has written everything as far as, the riffs and, drum parts and all this stuff. And, like we've said previously, Marco, he gives me something. He's like, hey, go for it. I'm like, okay, let's do it. And there's usually lyrics that I have in play that I'm like, okay, I could use these for something later. Let's see what happens, or what they can be used for. And then all of a sudden, Marco comes up with this song, and it's like, hey, these lyrics fit perfectly. Now we got something. So,
Nice.
The war within is really about that war that we all struggle with. Even in just daily life, it doesn't necessarily have to be Christian or spiritual or anything like that. But just these daily life struggles that we all go through in our lives. Depression, anxiety, suicide, things we've talked about previously. But of course, it's something that's a daily battle. Nobody's perfect, and we all deal with these things. And there has to be a point where we realize, like, there's a war going on in our lives, spiritually and physically. And it's like something that we need to tackle, and it's something we need to talk about, and we want everybody to know that if they're ever going through anything, I mean, we're here to talk.
That's the thing I love about you guys and a lot of these bands we've been talking to lately is you're very accessible.
Yeah.
All anybody's got to do is hit you up, right?
That's
Yeah,
right.
pretty much.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
And that's awesome. I love that about today's age. I was thinking about this the other day along the lines of the war within. As I get older, I turned 51 last month, and I go, wow, geez, was all this stuff always there, and just now am I recognizing it, or have things changed? And because I'm older now, I'm going, I don't want to say I'm in my twilight or anything like that, but look at his eyes. But what I'm getting at is where, I don't know, I'm 51 and I go, all right, 30, 40 years left, right? Maybe 50 if I'm lucky.
Right.
Okay, I got to schedule some stuff in. So I'm wondering, is the war within from just being more conscious of the world around you, or is it because you realize that now that we're not immortal and we only have a limited amount of time left and we got to make things right?
I think that's part of it. I think another part of it is that as we go through life, especially for myself, now that I'm in my late 40s and I've seen a lot, I am more awakened unto who I am as a person and how the things around me affect me now. Whereas before, something would like tick me off or upset me, I'd feel like I kind of shake it off, but I wasn't really shaking it off. I was burying it down deep. And now that I'm older, I'm realizing how certain things affect me, but now I'm allowing myself to feel those things. And the war within talks about, that battle that we have within us. And it's really kind of geared to those that don't understand or have a way to cope with that. Whereas we have found that the best way to cope with any battle that is inside of us is through Jesus Christ, because he's the one that's going to offer the peace. He's the one that's going to offer the way out. It doesn't necessarily mean that he, quote unquote, solves the problem right away, but he definitely gives you a peace through the storm. And I think it's just an awakening of realizing what it is, like you said, going around you and how those things feel, because the world is changing, and I think as a whole, Christian and non-Christian, I think that the world is starting to wake up, that it's more than just surface level. There's some spiritual things going on, because I've heard even non-Christians talking about spiritual things. And I think that's why our music now is so relatable to not just Christians, but non-Christians, because of that. So the war within speaks to everyone. And that's just my opinion on it.
That's a good opinion. You mentioned the music and everybody noticing it more and that sort of thing. And it just made me think that, in the 80s, when I got into listening to Christian music, you had bands like Petra and Steve Taylor, bands that would never, ever make it onto a mainstream station. Nobody knew. If you weren't a Christian, you didn't know who these bands were.
Right.
I'm going to lay it at the Exit record artists' feet, Charlie Peacock, Vector 77s, for kind of kicking that door in a little and breaking over to the other side when they went to A&M Records and Island Records and that sort of thing. But it still fell in that niche of Christian music. When you went into Tower Records, you didn't find them in the mainstream bin. You found them in the gospel bin, way in the back corner of the store, next to the classical music and the Broadway show tunes.
Right.
So where now those lines have been blurred, maybe not in a bad way. And Skillet is has a lot to do with that. Red has a lot to do with that. But it's the lines are blurred. It's like they're not there anymore. And people are just like, hey, as long as it's good music, that's all I care about. And at the same time, they're getting the message, they're getting fed.
Yeah. Well, I think a big part of it too, man, is if you look at all that music in the past, your Amy Grants, your Stephen Curtis Chapmans, especially even your Petras. Petra had an edge to it, but the guy still dressed like your dad going to Baptist church Sunday. You know what I'm saying?
Well, it's because he was.
Yeah, exactly. And the thing is that Stryper really kicked open the door, because they were dressing and the image that they portrayed was a lot of what was hot then in the mid to late 80s, right? And now in this scene, it's happening again. You look at bands like Red, you look at Skillet, you look at Relent, and you look at these guys, and you're just like, I don't want to meet that guy in a back alley, right? But the thing is I know you guys have been fishing, right?
Yeah.
Jesus talks about being fishers of men. This is the bait, y'all. The bait is the look, the image, the music. I talked to the guys in the band, because obviously I'm the oldest one. I got a little bit of experience. I've never made it big, quote unquote, but I understand that when we go to a place like we're going tonight, we're going to put on a show. It's going to be a rock show, right? Our lyrics are definitely Christian, and our lyrics definitely speak a message that we want others to know about. But in all reality, the ministry happens at the merch table. What's happening on stage is the rock show, because that's the bait that's going to catch that fish. A non-Christian is going to walk into that club, is going to be like, yo, this is dope. I love that riff. I love the way that guy sings. The drummer's going off. I love the lights. That's what catches their attention. Then every now and then they're going to hear Jesus and be like, wait, wait a minute, what? Then they come to the table. Did you say Jesus? Yeah, bro, we serve the Lord. Really? I didn't know Christians could play this kind of music. Oh, yeah, brother. And that's where the door opens. So nothing against those bands that have paved the way in any means, but I kind of think they were doing a disservice in the fact that they didn't want to embrace that image part of it. It's a whole package. Now, don't get me wrong. If we go play for a church, we can be the best praise and worship band out there, and praise Jesus with everybody else. But we're really about reaching the lost. Tonight is really what it's about, being in a place like that. That's where we let Jesus shine. You know what I mean? So,
are you playing a club tonight?
Yes.
What's the name of this place that you're playing?
Vibes Underground.
Vibes Underground.
Okay.
So a couple questions, really. So with that last statement that you had there, Rob, so we can expect you in spandex tonight.
Oh my God.
And two, since you guys are playing with Relent tonight, you know how like Indians, they used to bring back scalps, like the Predator, he takes the skulls. You guys bring me back a dread. There's going to be like a lot of dread. So if you can bring me back like one or two, I can just hang them on the wall behind me. Boom. Got dreads.
I got you.
Oh,
I'll get Miggy in the headlock and just take the
I was
scissors.
about to say, get Miggy, take a picture. You know, like the trophy, like the holds up the antlers. You're holding up the dread next to Miggy.
Yeah.
I appreciate that.
Ryan,
Guys.
when he goes for it, make sure you have your phone out.
You know, going on what you were saying there, last week when we talked to Thomas from Dispraise, we discussed Billy Joe Armstrong's meltdown at the iHeart Festival and how I said that was very rock and roll of him. I don't know if you guys remember that, but he tore up the stage and was complaining that he only had 3 minutes. And I thought that was very rock and roll of him because that's what it was about. It was about pushing the lines and living that. I was so disappointed, not that he went to rehab and admitted he had a problem, but I was so disappointed that he apologized for what he did on stage when I think he was absolutely right to do what he did. And
I'm disappointed now that he's a regular idiot because he doesn't want to be an American anymore. Now he's a regular idiot.
Where I'm going with this though, he is an idiot. He's a Berkeley idiot.
Yeah.
Where I'm going with this is you're talking about the bait, and you're not putting on an act though when you go on stage. You guys are living this quote unquote rock and roll dream, right? I mean, I see you with a Skinner shirt on, man. You're a big Texas dude with wearing Leonard Skinner shirt, and you're living it, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so it's not an act to bait people in.
No, not at all. I mean, you ask the guys, you jump in my car, we're going to be probably listening to hard rock and metal. Now, it doesn't mean we don't listen to other things and stuff like that. I mean, we all have our own style, but we love this scene. We love this music. It's not just some front we're putting on stage, and then when we come off, we get back in our regular clothes. And no, this is who we are, you know.
See, like Patrick's a big Billy Ray Cyrus fan, but he puts it on like he's a big El Nino fan, or a Relent fan, or
You're a dirty man, David. Because he's from here doesn't mean I'm a fan of the guy. Dude, that guy showed up to my high school. Like I think I was my senior year in high school. You know, here in walks Billy Ray Cyrus, and I mean he's got hair down to his butt crack, and it's like a full blown. Like it was an amazing mullet, man. It's like
he had a great mullet.
And
he had a great mullet. You know, my wife keeps posting these pictures of there's a mullet competition or championship or something like that. She keeps sending me this stuff, and I'm going, you know, no, not just kids, adults, man.
Too, okay.
Yeah. And I keep saying, say the word.
Hey,
it's there, man. I'll grow that mullet back. I had one in the 80s.
Kentucky waterfalls are something to be admired, my friend.
In fact, this is a true story. Aaron has one of the only pictures of me from the 80s with a mullet, and it's hanging on his wall in his living room.
Whether to be concerned or to be impressed.
It's a picture.
It's a picture from his wedding.
One wedding.
Yeah.
So
it's like a Stephen Pollock of Dave with just.
It was not like the Epstein Clinton picture. There's nothing like that going on.
It's like the Michelangelo creation photo. You got Dave and Aaron, and Dave's just there. And Aaron's all like,
hey, Aaron, before this gets crazy, why don't we play the song and we'll come back.
I want to jot that idea down because I've thought of a new logo.
Okay.
We're going to come back and talk with more of Reborn. This is called
The War Within.
The War Within on the Rock Salt MUZKAST Experience. Rock Salt MUZKAST Experience, Aaron, Dave, and Patrick.
ADP. Oh, yeah.
And also from San Antonio,
Well, you know something, brother. He's the cream of the crop, brother. That's my guy right there.
That's 3 minutes, 3 minutes of playtime.
Oh, we've lost it all.
Okay. Hey, Rob, can Patrick come on your podcast as well?
Oh, heck yeah, man. Heck yeah.
I think we should just all do the podcast as wrestlers. I'm going to tell you, brother. Let me tell you just how excited I am here.
Don't do podcasts.
hey, you just shut up over there. I'm gonna bust you over the head with the coconut like Rowdy Roddy did.
That guy
Rob knows what I'm talking about.
Brutal.
Yeah.
You guys seen that video?
Which one?
Of Rowdy Roddy Piper busting Jimmy Snuka over the head with the coconut?
Oh yeah, that's classic, man.
Fantastic,
classic.
man. Because he runs. I might have, but yeah, he runs for his life at the end because Snuka is upset, and that ain't fake. That was all real right there. Anyways, all right. So you guys got back in the studio. You did War Within, which we just heard, and now, are you guys putting together an EP or an album, or are you just doing things as they come along?
We are working on the album.
Oh, you are working on a full album.
Yes, we're working on it. It's a slow process. We're working as fast as we can to get it out as soon as possible. It's just taking time. That's all I can really say about it.
Marco, I feel you. We've been working on a new album since 2018.
I believe you.
Patrick didn't use his COVID time very productively.
No, I was a bad COVID steward of my COVID time.
Yeah. Well, you guys got to quit your jobs and stop having kids, and you have all the
right. No, I tell you what. I think what the big I'm not even calling it an issue. It's just, with Reborn, you got to remember Reborn has only been around over a year, right? And the thing is as you guys know, when a band starts out, there's going to be a natural evolution that happens, So when the band started, you had the guys playing their parts. You had Dave, who now plays the second guitar. He was on drums, and Dave's a great drummer, but it wasn't his spot. You know what I mean? Like, he was feeling it, but it was like wearing a pair of jeans that they don't fit right. They fit, but it's just not that real good fit. Now that he's on guitar, it's brought the band to a whole new level. I'm not the best drummer in the world, but I'm a very in the pocket drummer. I'm a very just solid drummer, and the sound evolved from there. And so, we listen to these tracks, and it's just like, we need to throw in that second guitar because this would make it sound better. So it's like we're going back and trying, because when you hear, let's take the first release, right, that came out, Ready to Fly. When you hear us play that now, it's very different. It's a lot heavier, Nice. Still the same song. Everything is still the same, but it's got a heaviness to it that it really didn't have before. And a big part of it is that second guitar. So there's an evolution that's happened, and we're trying to capture that on the recording. So that's why it's been taking us some time. Plus, the thing I love about Marco, he'll come up with an awesome riff, right? And then after a while, he's like, I like this added with it. And he's going back and he's adding little things here and there. And I've seen myself just an evolution in Marco's playing, and stuff that he hadn't let out before that he's now letting out even more. I mean, don't let that innocent looking face fool you. This man is a beast on the guitar. I'm telling you. And not only that, with Ryan's vocals as well. Ryan, don't let him fool you. That boy can not just sing, but he's got some screams in him and some growls. And I mean, it's coming out little by little, and it's just awesome to hear. And it's awesome to be a part of it for sure.
Yeah, I noticed it on the new song. Little scream, Oh, okay. All right. With you guys playing with Relent tonight, I bet that'll come out a little bit more with those guys, man.
Oh, for sure.
Mm-hmm.
Now, are you thinking about re-releasing? Are you thinking about re-releasing that song now that it's harder?
I think so. On the album, it might be different, but that's about it.
Yeah, and
we did have to re-record some of for example, the drums for sure. We did re-record that. We added another layer of guitar tracks on there, so it will sound different on the album. That's for sure. The first three singles that we released, those will have a new sound for sure. So, little spoiler alert.
Yeah.
Yeah. What do you expect?
Real quick, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt. I just wanted to say the other thing too is that now with it being the five of us, I think I speak for all of us when I say we're kind of more excited about the stuff we're creating now, because we're creating new stuff as the five, and it's on a whole other level. So, you know, I mean, don't get me wrong, I can't wait for this album to come out, but the new stuff that's coming out is sounding sick, just to be honest.
Hey, when's the ETA on that, on the project?
Yeah, way to put some pressure on them, Aaron.
Yeah.
This is going to be ready, guys.
I don't know. By what do you think? By the end of the year, maybe a little more.
Yeah, I think around there.
Which
yeah,
year?
by the end of the year.
So if you guys are like us, then it'll be spring.
There you go.
What did we say last time? When it's finished. When it's
Yeah, exactly.
That's what he says.
Yeah, he quickly shut me up with that last time.
Yeah.
When it's done.
We get there when we get there.
Hey, are we there yet?
It'll be before we die. Before we die. How's that?
I'll be up in heaven going, hey guys, when do you think you're gonna get that song released, huh? Oh man,
They'll be like, Skillet's in the studio right now. You know, the studio's busy. We can't get in there.
Hey, so now you guys mentioned that someone wrote the lyrics and another person wrote, or someone else wrote the music. Is that how you guys normally do it, or is it more collaborative?
For this album, that was kind of the process. Now with the addition of Rob in the band, it has changed a little bit. Now we have essentially another brain writing songs, because Rob has ideas. He's got lyric ideas. He even had riff ideas. So Rob, he plays guitar, he plays drums as well, and I do too. I wrote some drum parts. We've been exchanging ideas back and forth. So that process has changed a little bit now, but for the most part on this project, yeah, it has been mostly me writing the riffs and melodies and stuff. Ryan has written a vast majority of the lyrics. So for this project, yeah, that's how it's been for this project. Future projects from this point on, now we are including Rob, and now that he's in the band, now we're including his ideas. We're bringing them in. So that will change. That's changed for sure. But yeah.
So Ryan, as from lyricist to lyricist, I got a question for you. I've been in the habit for the last, I don't know, 3 or 4 songs that we've written, to start with the chorus, and I build out from the chorus. What's your process look like as far as you're lyrically going?
So like, I get the first couple lines and then I just go from there, and I don't know how it works. It just does. So like, I'll come up with these 2 lines, like for example, you know, ready to fly, falling to pieces, trying to live my life. Those are like the first 2 sentences, and I'm like, okay, now I need to turn it into something from there, you know. And of course, with Marco already having the composing stuff down and everything, I already have the music stuff. Now I just have to put lyrics to it, and so that's usually been my whole thing. There are a couple songs that we'll be doing in the future that started off as a chorus, and now I'm like, okay, now I got to build off this chorus and go from there. So it's just it's a different process for all different songs.
Okay, I just wanted to make sure I wasn't doing it wrong.
I even gave him a title. Some of the riffs on the album, I titled them already, but they were instrumentals. I just had an instrumental riff. I just put a title to it, Ready to Fly. Okay, I'm just gonna stick Ready to Fly on there, and then Ryan goes back and looks at my demos. He wrote the song basically off of the title. So the title came first, and he just built the song from the title. The same thing with Reflection.
Had you listened to the music when you wrote the lyrics, or you just went off the title strictly?
So usually I'll listen to the music, and then I'll kind of, okay, what's the title of this one? and then I'll kind of go off of that. It's been an interesting process for me because I used to do hip hop, so it's like this is a complete different genre. It's a complete different game, but at the same time, I'm like, I know that I'm here for a reason and things are coming out the way they're supposed to. And I mean, so far everything's been really good. It's been just kind of flowing through. So yeah.
Cool. You guys thinking of doing like a new metal song since Ryan does a little rapping, a little freestyle, get some scratching in there?
Oh no, we may throw in a song and just have Ryan scream "I" in the back or something like that.
That's as far as it's gonna get.
Oh, this is going to turn into Reborn, the Limp Bizkit story. Yeah, boy. Wait, that's a little Flavor Flav, my bad.
Yeah.
Oh, Flavor Flav. Hey, we'll get you a big clock to hang around your neck.
Yeah.
Something like that. Maybe a big hourglass.
I'll wear it.
No, get him that old school 1970s brown alarm clock that every parent had on their nightstand.
Oh, God.
Aaron, jot this down. We gotta make this happen.
Okay.
We can just combine them all. Give me a cross with the clock on it. We'll go from there.
Now, Marco, be honest. Has Ryan ever come in and go, "Hey, we got to put a rap part into this song," and Marco's like, "No." Is that
I think it happened once, maybe.
And,
The silence says it all.
I think you're over the target, Aaron.
I just gotta say I'm with Marco on that one.
Hey,
I've never
do
done
go
it, but I thought about it.
if you do go with the what we were just talking about, Flava Ice.
No,
Could be
God.
Flava Ice.
Flavored ice.
He already got a name. His Little Ryan.
Oh yeah, I forgot.
God.
Little Ryan.
He made an appearance on Young Lou's album.
Ooh, Lord have
Oh, we
mercy.
should have got Young Lou on this for this as well.
Oh, that would have been bad.
I'm just having fun with you guys.
Good days, good times, good times.
All right, so you guys are working on new stuff, slow but sure, and that's all right. Steady wins the race, right?
That's right.
Absolutely.
That was always one of the things I loved. I'm thinking about Genesis right now, and I don't know why, but they waited like 5 years between albums and that sort of thing. And I always felt that made you want it more, but also that they weren't rushed.
Yeah.
Well, not just that. I mean, especially when you're talking about Genesis, every album seemed to be so much better than the last.
Right.
And they actually took their time, evaluated their sound and just kind of evolved from there. So yeah, you got that anticipation. But then when you get the product, you're like, whoa, I wasn't even expecting this. So
right.
So yeah. And I think honestly, after this album gets released, we know everybody's gonna love it. We've been getting nothing but just these compliments when we perform. But I think the next one, people are going to be really surprised about what we got. And I got to say this, we had a rehearsal the other day getting ready for tonight. And there was a moment I've always felt, even before I joined this band, God tugging at my heart and telling me that was where I needed to be. I think we can say this now and then their guys are going to laugh, but I think I was even getting to the point of being very annoying to them because I was letting them know I am supposed to be in your band.
Were you like showing up at gigs with your guitar? Going,
I was like, I got drumsticks, I got a guitar. Which one do you want?
And Ryan said, "Do you have an amp?"
Yeah, pretty much. But
there you go.
So at rehearsal, something happened that just was like a confirmation from God that this is what it's supposed to be. We were playing a song, an unreleased song, by the way. And we were going after it and the song was over. And I just felt it needed one more little thing. And I did my little count off, went into it, and everybody was in sync and did the exact same thing that I was only thinking about. So it was a moment where we were all in sync, we all connected and ended it. It was just so awesome. Like I literally stood up and was just like, yeah, so excited. But to me, that was just confirmation. The musically as musicians, when you're in sync that way, it's amazing. But when you're in sync that way spiritually, that Holy Spirit that resides in my brothers, that resides in me, and it's connected the way it is, it's a whole different level. And that to me was just confirmation that this version of Reborn is supposed to be this version of Reborn. Nobody in this band is expendable or is less important than the other. Every member of this band has a purpose and a role in the band, and we couldn't do it without anyone. You know what I mean? So it's awesome.
Well, Ryan, Marco, you guys need to fully understand that you have is what they call in the industry a unicorn. Because when a drummer says, let me show you how to play it, and picks up a guitar, it's usually no. Or when a drummer says, oh, by the way, I have a great idea for this. No. You got a freaking unicorn over there. I mean, hold on to it.
Yeah.
We are certainly impressed with the new one, The War Within, and we're looking forward to a whole album and possibly even a little Ryan solo project.
Wow. Wow.
Ryan,
Flavor Ice. That's all I'm saying. Flavor Ice.
Flavor Ice.
Does your son go, when are you going to rap, Daddy, in the song? When are you
No,
going to rap?
he has no idea of the rap stuff. Okay, we leave that in the vault. I keep that away. I try not to get back into that, you know.
Well, it certainly was fun having you guys on. I always love having you guys on. And anytime, even if it's just to say hello, definitely come on the show. I appreciate it. All the way from San Antonio, Texas. And is it hot and humid today? I just got to know.
It's humid. I'm outside. It's humid.
That's cloudy.
Trust me.
The first time I was in San Antonio, I went there for work, and I got up early in the morning, went to work, so I didn't notice the weather. But by lunchtime, I stepped out of the door, and the humidity slapped me in the face. It was like walking into a brick wall.
Yep.
Yeah. It'll do that.
That's Texas.
You know, there's lots of downsides to living in California, but I'll take that dry 110-degree heat over the humidity in San Antonio any day.
And besides, you have that awesome governor there, right, Dave?
Oh my!
Don't get me started. Don't get me started. I've got some. Yeah.
I went there. I went all the way there.
He did.
Halfway. I didn't think about it. I showed up at the doorstep of that statement.
How's that electric car?
I can't plug it in this weekend. They're having a power emergency.
Can't plug it in.
You know what's funny? I was trying to avoid this, guys, but now you got me going. You know what's funny about this is we're having this power emergency, and they're telling people, don't plug in your electric car that we told you to buy, and they're arguing over whether they should keep the last nuclear power plant in California up and running. And it's like, why are you even arguing? This is a no-brainer, guys.
Should be building another one.
Yeah. If Gavin Newsom was a true leader, he would go, we got a problem. This isn't open up for debate. We're doing this, and we'll talk about it later. That's what a leader does.
We just need your governor in Texas to start sending refugees to California.
Well, he's going to. Look, they hit New York first. They're going to Chicago. They're working counterclockwise around the country.
Look what we started. We put Carol on a rant from all up for a week.
Oh my gosh.
Oh man.
Yeah. Patrick's seen some of my rants. They're not friendly. Anyways, for another time, maybe we'll get you on and talk politics another time. But
oh Lord.
I love that. Oh Lord.
Hey, real quick, what's your all's thoughts on President Palpatine the other night on his speech? Did you see his background?
Stop it. Stop that right now. Cut it out.
Hey, was there an order 60? What is it? Order 60. I forget which one it is.
Order 66.
66. Yeah.
There you go.
You know, you know the thing.
Yeah. Well, you know, all he had to do was at the end of it just say, "Do it."
Yeah.
Oh.
Use your anger.
Yes, I'm. Don't call Mark Zuckerberg corrupt on Facebook. You end up exactly
Don't do
where
it.
I am
Yeah, we're gonna be
in Facebook jail.
We're all gonna end up with the screenshot behind us.
And then he falls off the bike.
All right, guys. Before this runs off the rails, well, it already has, but
Yeah.
before it becomes a major train wreck, I'm gonna cut you guys loose. Thank you for coming on the show.
Before they go, how can people find you on the World Wide Web?
Everywhere.
Instagram, Facebook.
Yeah, if you go to officialreborn.com, we'll have all our links on there and everywhere to check us out. You know, all our tour dates or whatever we're doing. Everything's on there. Instagram, Facebook, Spotify, Apple Music, the works, you name it. We're there.
Hey, you guys have fun tonight. And remember, Patrick wants a
Dreadlock.
Yeah.
I got you, man.
Yeah.
Thanks, bro. Appreciate that.
I'll make sure to
I
take
do
the pictures.
Okay. You guys,
I'm gonna get
rock
a
it
box
tonight.
of hair in the mail, and my wife's gonna be like, "Bro, okay, something you need to tell me, babe."
Hey, if you
Yeah,
do it,
exactly.
you got to do it like the movie Seven. All right, that's all I'm gonna say. Thanks, guys. It's the
Thank you.
ROCKSALTMUZKAST experience.